Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? Hope you're doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be going through Bitcoin very quickly. Its dominance. Is altcoin season about to start? Are we near the tops? People are starting to panic a little bit, which I don't really know why, right? I don't really know why, but some people I've seen are starting to panic, because there are technically a few small indicators that, people believe that we might be near the top. Like, XRP is already at $2. This is happening, that is happening, but people have to understand the context is different. That is the most important thing to know about the markets is context, right? So this is why I am calm, right? Something that makes me really calm is technical analysis and fundamental analysis, right? Thing is, a lot of people can get fundamentals right, but technical analysis is just a great way to have your mindset secure, right? Right. We can see for Bitcoin, we were going sideways for months. I mean, literally since March to pretty much October, we were kind of in the sideways, pattern, right? October already started to break out slightly, but it was November that really broke out, right? November went from 66,000 all the way to almost 100,000, right? So we had this huge breakout, right? So from a technical analysis standpoint, this is normal. This is fine. And, historically, if we go look, right, every time it's broken out, right, there's at least a few more months worth of pumps. Now, obviously, if something were to change, like and dump now, it would be a little bit unexpected, right? If we had a full, crypto cycle. But what is the probability of that, right? All the countries are getting in on this, right? You have more institutions, you have more ETFs getting created, you have more big companies, trying to buy Bitcoin. The Bitcoin supply on exchanges is extremely low, right? It is extremely low. That is what people don't realize. So we're gonna have a supply shock very, very soon. And you know what? So what? XRP is at $2. So what? This is happening. You got to realize when we look at something like XRP, right? This thing was consolidating since 2017. Of course, it has a big breakout, especially when the SEC guy got fired and he's getting sued. And now they're going to be pro crypto. Of course, it's having a breakout, right? So it's not the same as last time. People think it's the same as last time. It is not. This is going to be the biggest pump of our lives. That's what I believe. Next cycle might be a big pump, but I don't think it's going to be as big because it's probably going to be regulated, right? That's the thing. I believe it's going to be regulated. Now, some things people are talking about is Bitcoin dominance. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is dropping. I understand. But look at the monthly, right? Right? We've seen when sometimes Bitcoin dominance goes up and then it goes down for a while, then it goes up and then it goes down a little bit. And then it was kind of going just like zigzaggy sideways, but slowly up, right? Now it's gone up, down. But at the end of the day, it's still in this tunnel. It is still, right, in this section, right? We can see the trend line, the two trend lines holding it. There's no breakout. There's no breakout of this channel at all, right? Last time when altcoin season started for 2 months, right? April and May were really, 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 really good for the altcoins. Yes, there was a second pump, but a lot of coins did peak also during the April and May pump. And we can see dominance went from pretty much 61 to 62% all the way down to 40%, a 20% drop, right? We have to realize we dropped maximum from 61 and a half to 57 and a half, right? So it was like 4 or 5%, yeah, that's decent, but it's done that historically, right? We've seen it have a pump, retest on the monthly, pump, retest on the monthly. So for me, there is no reason to worry. This is not an indication. An indication would be, once we drop down to like low 50s, then maybe, yeah. Yeah, once we start like melting away, right? If we have a huge candle like this, then yeah, that's an indication that altcoin season is here early. But until then, nothing suggests it, right? So what something goes down? People are panicking too quick, right? So that's what I want to talk about in terms of altcoins, in terms of our coins that we have on this channel, that a lot of my viewers have, that a lot of you guys have. Render, we talked about its push from pretty much 780 going to, the 940 mark, right? It is almost there. It is almost at $9. So Hell yeah, because I hold render. I love render. You know, my boy Myro too. My boy Myro is recovering. Like I said, we discussed Myro previously, saying, you know, once kind of Myro gets over the 14 cent mark and especially the 17 cent mark, it should have a clean way to the mid 20s, especially like 25, 26, 27. Right? Turbo still looking good. We talked about previously how, you know, I didn't really like this bottom and nothing really suggested it's going to go up, but there was this daily candle that I really liked at, you know, 0.0065, right? You can see this candle and it tapped perfectly in it, and now it's going back up. I did have another mark just in case things went further based off a weekly candle, but at this current moment it seems like we do not need it, right? So everything is looking good with Turbo. Kaspa is still holding roughly the 15 cent mark. I've been saying this with Kaspa. I said it before it even happened, that I believe the 15 cent mark is going to be roughly the area it holds, because it is roughly 50% when we take it from the relevant highs to the relevant bottoms. 15% is roughly, you know, 15 cents. And, you know, if it's holding there, that means buyers are already taking over. Buyers are already taking over. So we talked about this with Caspa, that, you know, if it holds roughly 15 cents, that means buyers are already taking over, and it is proven. You know, Radium, something like Radium is still looking good. It is going to have probably a little bit more sell-off based off this, right? We see a rejection around the 580. For me, most likely is going to go back down to the 480s before it tries going up again. Right, we talked about the imbalance, how much imbalance there is on these sides. And, you know, for overall Radium, you know, going from 350 to about $10 overall should be an easy and fast way, because there's lack of structure on the left side, which usually that replicates on the right side, right? So if something's sold off quickly, usually it pumps quickly. Something pumps quickly, it usually sells off quickly. That's just how the markets work. PNG is looking beautiful, right? PNG is looking beautiful. We are just roughly 1 day away from the candle close. Now, if it closes like right here, I would not complain. Even technically, if it closes, you know, back down to like 29.30, it's still kind of good. It would be, I mean, it would be a really big rejection, because we did go to all the way to 43 cents. So, you know, going back down to low 30s would be kind of a big rejection. But if it closes anywhere from, you know, mid 30s, that is fine. That is fine. Especially, you know, especially, I mean, so much confirmation, but especially over this 33 cents, right? This would be super, super nice. The most ideal would be going back into the 36 cents, having it closed there. But at the moment, you know, if we break it down a smaller time frame, I do believe it could go back down to 31. All right, this area over here, you know, go a little bit down before it tries to attempt another push, right? But overall, PNG momentum is up, the volume is up, so things are looking good on that end, right? In terms of other coins, we can cover some coins very, very quickly, right? If we go to something like XRP, I just made a video about it. It almost hit $2. A little bit of sell off, but you know, nothing suggesting yet that this coin is going to sell off. When we look at these candles, right? This is 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours. So 12 hours worth of data. It is barely selling off within 12 hours. We compare these 12 hours to this 4 hours. This 4 hours is very strong. These 12 hours are very, you know, weak. So I believe XRP could have another pump, right? No confirmation that XRP is selling off. You know, Ethereum Classic looking good, right? Still looking good. Going to our zone. Ethereum Classic is looking good. The $36, right? It is slowly making its way up there. Also, guys, we have to realize that a lot of candles are about to close on the monthly. So this is very, very important, right? A lot of candles are going to close on the monthly, and most of them that we just covered are looking very, very good on the monthly, right? A few more coins that'll cover, something Chainlink, right? Chainlink is looking fantastic. I mean, this is a beautiful monthly candle, you know, looking to be closing pretty much right at the relevant support and resistance, which will set it up very, very nicely over the next few weeks to push higher to 28, to 34, and eventually higher and higher. Cardano, right? God candle. I mean, wow, this thing went from 32 cents all the way to pretty much $1.15. Absolutely fantastic, right? All these coins, this real like asset coins, you know, utility coins, all of these coins are getting big pumps because the SEC got fired. There's more crypto adoption. Something BNB I don't really cover. BNB has also been looking good. It's just been chilling near all-time high. So I believe BNB is going to have a nice pump. Nothing too crazy at the end of the day, but it's still going to have a solid pump. And especially that's a Binance coin. Binance is probably going to be, and forever will be, the #1 crypto exchange. So, I'm not surprised that it's holding its price. Avalanche looking very good, looking very solid. Went from 23 to 45, right? So the next thing I expect for Avalanche is kind of get to $56 before we slow down a little bit, have a little bit sideways movement, potentially a little bit down before we pump higher. Once we do pump higher, the next targets are going to be pretty much almost $100. So Avalanche is also going to be moving very quickly, right? Games for a living. I personally don't have this coin, but this coin is struggling. I personally would not be invested in this coin, right? So if you have this coin, personally, I would take out of my portfolio. Hello Labs, never been a fan of it. You can see multiple videos on my channel that I always pretty much trash it, right? So it's funny, I drew this up and we're gonna see if it kind of sells off here. If it sells off here, that's gonna be so funny. It might go a little bit higher actually to 2 cent mark, but overall we could just see downtrend with this coin, not looking good. Injective, right? Injective has had a nice recovery. We made a video earlier from 17 all the way to $30. Pretty much from 30, the next target is 52. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, right? Hope you guys enjoyed. Just a quick conversation going through a lot of coins very quickly. Guys, I love you so much. I'll talk to you guys next time.